Yo, this Preach from Preach Music and Preach Music Studios. You listening to Hot Seat with IC Jonez and Room Service Radio. Let's get it.
What's going on? It's your boy IC Jonez. You already know what it is, man. It's another lovely Friday right here in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. If you don't know, man, we on the other side of the strip. Come visit us. Come say hello. What's happening over here at Room Service Radio? I am your host of Hot Seat with IC Jonez every Friday, 12 to 2. Do not forget, we on West Coast time. You already know what it is, man. Las Vegas, Nevada. Of course, I got Deacon T in the building. Hey. There you go.
What's up with you out there?
We got Deacon T's Hot Topics coming. You already know what it is. And do not forget to watch him on Sundays, 10 a.m. He got that good modern word for you. Today, right now.
It's a today word.
I got the good old power couple. I am blood with, cuz with.
Talk about it.
I got Love Jones in the building, man.
What's happening?
And I got Mrs. Victoria, Vicky Jones in the building, VJ out there. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Man, it's a lovely thing to have my family up here, man, because they working.
Thank you.
We trying to, man. We grind mode.
So I may have a bias, feeling about that. You know what I mean? I'm going to have more cousins come in with their businesses and they things they got going on in the community, man. I want to give a huge shout out to my cousin, Marcus the Main, man. He doing pressure. Pressure.
That pressure movement.
You feel me? Everything is handmade, handcrafted. Nothing gets printed twice.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to have him come in one of these good old days. And I'm excited to have LJ in the building, man, because this man has been acting his behind off.
Oh, man.
Right?
A little bit.
And writing his behind off.
A little bit.
Right.
Creating some content.
Producing his behind off. Right? Fathering his behind off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Husbanding his behind off.
Talk about it.
Right? And being a black man in America surviving, man. I appreciate that. And
Yes,
I
sir.
want to tell you, from me to you, I appreciate that, and I'm proud of you. You feel me?
I appreciate that.
Man, been with each other since, knee high to a grasshopper. And I never thought that you would be going into acting or writing. I know your father.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Shout out This World My Mind. Shout out Stepman. You feel me? But then, boom, you come with your first film, which was That's Her?
Yeah.
That's
First one,
that's
what I
yours.
did. Yeah. But my first ever movie that I did
That you was in.
was Institutionalized.
Institutional, which we shared the screen together.
Yeah.
We didn't share any scenes together, but we shared the screen together.
There you go.
So tell me, let's go back to growing up, right? So growing up, did you think you wanted to be in film?
Honestly,
You want to be on TV?
No, I didn't. I didn't really. Well, I didn't think I was gonna be like the actor, only because being in Vegas and Hollywood is so far away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a different total life.
So we thought.
So I thought growing up, and I love Vegas so much, I didn't want to go to another state for that.
man.
You know what I mean? So
That's my cousin.
about this hometown right here, Vegas. So
Right.
when the opportunity came, when I heard about it here, shout out to my big cousin, our big cousin Mark Romano. He told me about this Las Vegas Black Film Festival.
Facts.
So I said, man, plug me in. You know what I mean? So he told me about the little auditions and all that. I hooked up with Miss Michelle, you know what I'm
Facts.
saying,
Shout
the
out.
founder. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
And auditioned for her role, and I got in there, and it just been a snowball effect ever since beginning.
Yeah, it's getting bigger.
So I appreciate it. I
Getting
just
better.
appreciate the love.
So you go from not even thinking like, man, this miles away to going to Hollywood.
Yeah, and it just it kind of happened out the blue, honestly, because of I used to write all the time, but just the experiences I was going through, you know what I'm saying, my own personal experience just growing up in Vegas, and it just was it was mind blowing, and it was like, man, it's like a movie, what I'm going through, you know what I mean? And I just got to writing what I was going down, and when it was time for me to get busy, I just write from my experience,
Right.
or what I know somebody goes through, you know what I mean? And here we are today.
Yeah. So we go from Institutionalized.
Yeah. And then
What was the next film?
I hooked up with Benson Bay for the lick.
I was in the lick too.
Yeah, this cat out of Chicago.
Yep.
And hooked up with him, auditioned. Shout out to Marcus McFadden, man.
That's the bros.
Yeah. He a dope McFadden Films, man. He was dope. He put me on a lot of game. You know what I mean? Dope. I took a couple classes he had at the Suncoast.
Word.
And big salute to him, man. Just that gym talk he put on me. You know what I mean? So I appreciate him.
Yeah.
And after the lick, I hooked up and did Which Black Lives Matter.
Yes, we shared that.
Which
screen.
was a powerful. Yeah, that was an intense thing.
I shared that with you.
Yeah, you did. You did a little more too. Yeah, you did a little more, but that was a powerful piece. You know what I mean? And then Make Steven came, and that was my baby right there.
Baby.
You know what I mean? Because they came from that was inspired by a real event. You know what I'm saying? That happened. Losing my brother, my older brother.
So you wrote Make Steven before That's Her?
While I had it in my mind, I changed the title.
Okay.
But I came back to it.
Okay.
I mean, we sat in the kitchen and she pushed me to get back on it, and I just changed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And Make Steven came out.
Right. And That's Her and Make Steven are based on true stories.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. High school. LJ lost his brother. That was a crazy time for you.
Yeah.
Tell me about that time. Tell us about that time.
Yeah, my big brother. I got let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 brothers on my dad's side.
Yeah.
And 2 sisters, you dig? And I looked up to my big brother. Shout out to Jakeem Dixon, you know what I'm saying? Kawan Dixon.
Spare change, baby.
Spare change.
LV, baby.
That's my big brothers, you know what I mean? And my sister McShawn Jones, you know what I'm saying? LaKenya and them, that was who I had older. I had my 2 younger brothers, you know what I mean? But just watching how they move and grew, Jakeem used to show me how to get down on the wrestling, you know what I mean? Superfly Jimmy Snookum doing all that off the bunk beds and all that.
Bed. Oh,
Ultimate,
God.
you know what I mean? Ultimate Warrior, all that Junkyard Dog, all that.
Yes,
And,
sir. Yes, sir.
And it's funny because he was doing his wrestling thing, you know what I mean? So I just go try my moves on my friends and, you know what I'm saying, cuz on one side, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So just seeing them grow up and do their thing, you know what I mean? And my brother Kawan, he you know what I'm saying, God rest his soul, he got taken from us, you know what I'm saying, back in 99.
99.
And it was a hard thing to see because I actually got to walk through the house.
You did.
You know what I mean? That was weird to see that. And I never get that vision out of my head.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I know he's in a better place right now, and we still rocking with him.
One thing I remember, I don't even know if I seen it or if God just gave me the vision, but you had the pillowcase.
Yeah, man. I don't know if my big brother Jockey remember. He probably do. Me and him walked through there, man. After it was all said and done, the police was gone, and we walked through my brother's house where the incident happened at, and it was just a crazy feeling to see what they done. You know what I mean? And before we got up out of there, I just wanted something that he had. You know what I'm saying? I had this pillowcase that he had.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? And I took that and I kept it.
Walking around school with it.
Yeah, man, and it just put me in a zone. You know what I'm saying? This headed to my senior year.
Yes.
And it just kind of mentally put me in a crazy spot around that time. You know what I mean?
Did you have friends support you, or were they looking at you like you crazy too?
No, they understood.
Okay.
Yeah, they understood. I actually lost 2 people that year.
I was about to speak on bro.
With A-Ball.
A-Ball.
I lost A-Ball, my brother, back in March that year, and we lost A-Ball in August that year. And so that was like a double whammy.
Double.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. And what did you do to be the phoenix to rise out of the ashes? For somebody who may be going through that today, back-to-back losses. One was to a car crash, right?
Yeah.
And the other one was murder,
yeah.
right? How do you rise out of that?
Just keeping good people around. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, around that time was my folks, my family in the square. You know what I'm saying? Being with the homies, you know what I mean? We out there just hanging out, man. They kept me going. So, you know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody in the square I grew up on with 106, you dig?
Yeah.
That's what kept me afloat.
So it was no staying in a deep, dark place.
No.
They weren't going to let you stay there.
Nah. Even though now that I look at it, I'm grown now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like some of the choices I was making around that time because, you know what I'm saying, I was moving kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Because I felt like that was the age. You know what I'm saying? He died at 22. You know what I'm saying? I was 17. So it's like if I could make it to 22, I made it. You know what I'm saying? Crazy thing is when I made it to 22, that's when I, you know what I'm saying, I got with my wife. And she took me to a whole nother life outside 22. And here I am at 38 years old, about to be 39. And it's a blessing to have her rocking with me like that.
Right.
Keep me right. You know what I'm saying?
How long y'all been together now?
Shoot, we've been rocking. We just hit 16 years. We'll be 17 years in December together. And married for 15. Right. Yeah. One year later, by the way.
Right. That's a sweet 16. You got y'all teenage. That's how old a teenager is.
Yeah.
Right.
But she got to tell you the backdrop though, the story on it though, how we first.
I'm gonna get to it.
Okay.
We got a cool 90 on you. We got a cool 90 minutes for you.
Yeah.
So let's talk. Want me to call you Vicky?
That's fine.
Okay. So Vicky, you run into this Vegas guy.
Yeah.
What happens when you first seen him? Was you like, boy, stop playing?
It's funny because it was my niece Alicia's birthday, and I lived in LA at the time. And Alicia's mother is my sister, Lucy.
Okay.
And so he was coming out to visit Alicia for her birthday. Lucy said, "Well, I'm gonna need you guys a chaperone. You know, when we go to the theme park or whatnot."
Yeah.
I met LJ when he was 7 and I was 10. We met when my sister was dating her uncle when we were kids.
Yeah, my uncle. Yeah.
That's a long time
Yeah.
ago.
And so we hadn't seen each other in years. And so
About 10.
yeah.
About 10, 12.
It was crazy. And to meet him in LA, right?
Yeah.
And then we just hit it off. Like people were teasing us the whole night. Oh, you guys are going to be together, blah, blah. And we were both fresh out of situation. So we were like, nah, that's not going to happen right now. You know? And he lived in Vegas. I lived in California.
Right.
But we did the long distance thing for a year and became the best of friends. And it was the first time, I think, for both of us that we actually got to become friends first before a couple,
Beautiful.
right? So I got to know all the good and bad of him.
Yes.
He got to know all the good and bad of me.
Yes.
And we accepted each other wholeheartedly. So 11 months into the relationship, long distance, he asked me to marry him on Thanksgiving Day.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you couldn't do nothing but say yeah.
The crazy thing is I worked for a jeweler in Los Angeles for a wholesaler. And there's this ring I always had my eyes on. And when he asked me to marry him when we were giving grace at Thanksgiving and it was his go-around, he pulled out that ring that I had my eye on since the first day I worked for that
Jesus!
jeweler. So you know.
Well, you crying.
And it was just like, not only did you ask
only
me to marry,
right.
It's only right.
Yeah. And so it was, and then we got married. When I came out to visit, I was still living in LA a month after we were married. And then I moved out here to Vegas.
How do you love again? That's been a question for people, not just women, but people, right? How do you love again after a tumultuous relationship? How did you love again? Because I mean, even 11 months long distance, I think that's cool. But like, what how did you end up loving again?
I had went through so much before meeting LJ in my adult years.
Yes.
And I think that him accepting me for who I was with flaws and all.
That's huge.
That's what made me love again. Somebody that was patient and he was very patient. I'm like, goodness, this guy is so patient, like, you know, and never having to hide anything made a huge difference. You know, because sometimes when you get that honeymoon stage. Well, LJ and I, we had that feelings of honeymoon stage, but we were 100% with each other from the gate. So I think it was a different type of love for me, you know, because you can love, but this was my friend, you know, he was my boy. I could tell him anything without judgment.
Yeah.
I could pray with him. I could cry with him without judgment. And he understood what I had went through prior to him. And he literally kissed my scars. And I think it was the same vice versa.
Yeah. How did you know that this was your wife? Like, because I know these answers before the public. I want you to tell them, man, like, how did you have your eyes on this woman and know that this was your wife?
Now,
11 months later, so to speak.
It's crazy. Like she said, with my niece, with my cousin, first cousin, niece by marriage now. the one that hooked us up.
Yeah.
But she told me to come out there back in 2004 for her birthday. And when I seen her, I was like, oh, man. I was like, yeah. I said, Alicia, it's about to be on. I said, I got to get you, ain't it? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So we kicked it, you know what I'm saying? Hung out, had a blast on the first rip. You know what I'm saying? She showed me around the town on the first rip. And then the second one, we went to the amusement park. What was that? Knott's Berry Farm, I think. And we were just rocking out, you know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is, I think Brian McKnight came on.
Yep, he sure did.
Yeah, Brian McKnight was performing up there. And shoot, you know, he was singing. So I was like, shoot, hug up. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you over there serenade, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna scoop in like we've been together. So we did that, man. And a couple of people stopped us like we've been together for a while. You know what I mean? So I played on it like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it is what it is. We joked around about it. And shoot, here we are now. And when I proposed to her, I already knew that she can get me right. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we've been together ever since, man. And I made the best move.
Did you have okay, let me ask Vicky, did you have an example of marriage?
No. Well, no, not positive.
Something that you
marriage.
wanted to attain, like an example that you wanted to attain.
It's funny that you asked me that because I wasn't like most girls that grew up and wanted to be married. Okay. I grew up in a different type of household. So I didn't really have positive love. At least witnessing that, you know? Yep. And so I think I was more so scared to get married because I had never seen a successful marriage. Got it. You know? But I'm thankful that we are breaking generational curses.
Say that twice. You know? Breaking them.
And I seen something, I told LJ, you're breaking generational curses. Now it's time to have generational blessings.
Absolutely.
And, you know, just guiding our girls and seeing how they are.
That's a word.
Yes.
That is a word. Absolutely.
I seen the light bulbs go on.
Like, note to self.
Right. Generational blessings. So, LJ, did you have examples of marriage that you wanted to kind of follow after or no?
You know what? I didn't think about marriage like that. Okay.
Yeah, because you were a player from the Himalaya.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about marriage like that coming up. Just with my experiences of being with, you know what I'm saying, women at that time. You know what I mean? So that was like far out my mind. But like I said, when I went to that LA trip, it just kind of shifted a whole nine. Yeah. Because I was able to be open with her, we vibed. We had the long distance thing, and I gave her the good, the bad, the ugly.
You did.
Who Cable was. You know what I'm saying? Who Cable from the Square is. Yeah. And, and who LJ Love Jones is.
Every time he say Cable, I know what those letters mean.
And that was the thing. That's what I had to let her know that because I wanted to be open and free like that. You know what I mean? Yes. And she took that, man, and she accepted me with my flaws and all. Yeah. And man, I'm glad she did because we here 16 years later.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Now, with that, I want you to explain, how do you accept this person that has a child already? Because you didn't have any kids.
Yeah.
So did that do anything to you?
It was automatic. That was my daughter since day one.
Automatic.
And
there you go.
Yeah, since day one. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And same feeling. Yeah. Same feeling. So yeah.
Acceptance instantly.
Absolutely.
Off top. She came to you as well.
Oh yeah.
Off top, man.
The funny thing is, of all the girls, she's the one who's most like him. Personality wise, she is him all day long.
Right. That's what she know.
Yeah.
That's all she knows.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a blessing for someone to step in and step up.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
That's real man stuff. See?
Absolutely.
That's the difference.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw a thing the other day that was so cool. It showed this dude on his motorcycle, and he was helping a little brother on a bicycle, right? And this woman wrote, "It's a real man who can heal a heart he didn't break and love a child he didn't make."
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Facts.
Wow.
I have a blended family as well.
Okay.
And I had to do the same. My wife accepted my oldest daughter. Okay. And I accepted her son. Yeah. You feel me? And then we had 2 more kids together. Mm-hmm. You cannot tell us
Yeah.
that they by anybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's how it
Everybody,
should
that's
be.
just what it is. It was
Absolutely.
never a step thing or a half thing ever.
Nah.
And it's just because it's just how I felt. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like, because I don't have any brothers or sisters that I grew up with. I got one now, but you know what I mean? Like so I don't even know what that really looked like.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it was just like acceptance all the way. It ain't like, oh, that's my half cousin. That's my auntie's sister.
Yeah, nah.
there's
That's
none
my
of that.
cousin.
We're
Like,
family.
period.
Family, yes.
So that's how I felt about my children. So we've been doing that, man. And I want to give, just a inspiration to others, man. Like, accept that child as your own, period.
yeah.
Just like he said, you feel me? Like, accept them as your own and move forward with that. It's gonna be better.
It's funny when you hear people say things. My children are all adopted, and they say things like, "Well, like, do you think you'd have loved them more if they'd have been your biological kids?" I can't even respond to that kind of stuff.
Absolutely not.
I'm like, just because like, look, dude popped out. Oh, I love you more than
Absolutely.
this little dude I picked
Right.
up, and
Yeah, no.
like, no, come on, man.
And the crazy part, like, with that being said, it's like with friends. If you was blood, it wouldn't make us no closer.
Right.
Exactly.
I really know what
This
that
is
feels
true.
like. You feel me? So
Yes.
it don't matter. So when y'all get into adulthood, right? You begin to say, you know what? I want to do this. I want to do this. How does this film, right? These films, plural. Do you say, do your thing, and then you go do your thing, or do you support him? Like, tell me about that.
I said, what do I have to learn to help you make your craft better?
She did.
So I'm over there holding boomsticks, giving input when it's asked, not because I didn't want to step on his toes, his creativity, reminding him that you need to take a step today and go outside and write, when he was kind of getting discouraged, especially during quarantine, because you want to move the way you want to move, but you can't because
Cannot.
we got to be careful, right?
Yeah.
So, but still reminding him to keep on pushing through that, because that means something greater is coming, right? God holds things back sometimes for the greater to come, and that's exactly what's happening right now. So to answer your question, I was backing him 110%.
Yeah. And did both of you guys go through COVID job losses, or they got y'all holding, waiting out?
Got us on hold.
On hold.
What did you do? What happened when that happened? Like, did y'all lose your mind? Did you instantly hit your knees and pray? What happened for y'all as a couple when that happened? When they said, it's on pause.
You know what was crazy? We didn't stress, bro.
At all.
We didn't stress, man. We just be leading by faith, man. And that's the thing that kept us pushing through it all. Man, we, you know what I'm saying? We take our wins, our losses all the time.
Yeah.
That's just life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So when it did happen, and it just pushed us against the wall, and man, something beautiful blossomed out of that joint. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Now she got her decor and more, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Victoria's decor and more.
Yeah.
And we rocking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just trying to get a feel for it. So
Right.
it was a good thing that happened, even though we lost some people through this whole thing.
Yeah.
But we here, man.
Yeah. We
had to-
here.
Absolutely.
If this thing don't push you to get your grind on, you know what I mean? So I don't know what you're doing. So it
Hey.
definitely pushed us.
Triv, we got a commercial? All right, let me go to a quick commercial break. Give me like 3 minutes. Be back in a minute, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yo, we back, man. Hot Seat with IC Jonez. You know what it is. I am IC Jonez. Got my big bro, Deacon T, in the building with them good old hot topics.
That's it.
That good modern word. Today, we got the Joneses in the building, Mr. and Mrs. Building, and Vicky, which is VJ, Decor and more.
Yes.
Talk to me about it.
Oh my
I see the balloons and hotels and, you know what I'm saying? They having fun out there.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to me about how fun is it?
It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. So before I moved out here to be with LJ, I worked an executive assistant job during the week, but then on the weekends I did kids parties.
Nice.
And so I was really successful at it.
Yeah.
And back then, 16 years ago, I was telling LJ, like, I should bring this to Vegas. But I was so fearful. And at that time, my relationship it was strong with God, but not to this extent, right? So I put it off for years. Every year I give him a new idea. Why I should do this? Why I should do that? But when COVID happened, it pushed my back against the wall, because as a wife, and I can speak probably for a lot of wives, we are so consumed by the children, the husband, the home, the job, that we kind of don't take as good care of ourselves and the things that we enjoy doing. And it's just, that's just because you get in your schedule, right? So
Hello.
I was doing decorations for our family and friends. And then somebody asked LJ, hey, would your wife do this for me? And I was like, LJ, I don't know. I'm scared. Like, I don't know these people. Like, what if it's not what to their expectations? And then after that first event, God just kept on blessing back to back to back.
Bing, bing, bing,
oh my
bing,
goodness.
bing,
And it was all
Fast.
word of mouth.
Yeah.
And so, before, and I'm going to share this story because it's so important to me to give somebody recognition. But before I was going to take that job, I was telling LJ, like, I don't know, I'm kind of scared, if I don't meet their expectations. So I prayed about it. Then the very next day, Jess Flo posted she needed an intern.
Yep.
I ran outside and I said, LJ. And now I know Jess through poetry. I know her through Love Jones Sundays.
Yes.
We rock with her before on a poetry level.
Yes.
But I knew that she had been blessed and went to school.
She went to school for this
Somebody
thing.
blessed her, and she was already in the game for a while.
I didn't even know there was a balloon school.
I didn't even know that either.
Hey.
But mind you, when I did the kids parties, I did it on a different level.
Right.
And there was school for that.
Yeah, okay.
But I didn't know on this level, right?
Yeah.
So she had posted she needed an intern. I hit her up right away. Like, I told LJ, I got to do this. Like, I'm home from work right now. When is a better opportunity? When am I ever going to get this opportunity again, right?
Probably not.
Probably not. So then when she said that she needed an intern, no pay, but just she'll teach them everything. She knew, I had already knew so much that I had taught myself, but just shortcuts and stuff like that. So after our first event, I was like, I could really do this. Like,
Right.
I enjoy doing this, and she was teaching me different shortcuts and, not to sell myself short with certain things, telling me
Yes.
about the timing that's put behind that, because everybody sees the finished product, but the hours that go into some of those pieces, it's like, and the price of balloons and, you know what I'm saying? There's
Everything.
a lot in, in Teld or whatnot. But yeah, so here we are, Victorious Decor and More. So
Victorious
LJ helps
Decor and
me
More.
just like I've helped him. I love that he's a team effort, because he'll come out, hold my ladder or hand me this and hand me that. And he knows I get in the zone, I get real quiet.
Yeah.
So, but he's very understanding, again, patient.
Yeah.
And I love people smiling and these kids, especially when or their mates, when I do these rooms and they're so thankful after, like, you made our night special.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy it, and I do want to extend beyond just the decor in due time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You enjoying yourself right now.
Oh, yeah.
You in that moment.
Oh man.
So when it comes to the internship, how long did you take with Jess?
A couple parties. So she said 10 parties.
10 parties.
But we've been doing more than that. So I do my own stuff.
Yeah.
And then and then when she needs extra hand, if she
You there.
has a big, job, she'll call me along, and of course she'll send me a blessing, you know. But I'm very thankful for the opportunities that she's given to me. She's a sweetheart.
10 parties.
Oh man.
But you'd be surprised. I mean, 10 parties can be done in 1 month.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's crazy, man. It looked like a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Hey,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
it's a lot of work, and I'm behind the scenes just seeing her in the zone.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
And your body hurts after. Let me just tell you.
Yeah,
Because you're up and down ladders and putting this here and putting that, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And the growth when you see yourself from the beginning when you started to now, you're like, okay.
yeah.
And then you see where you want to be too. So that's always.
I always want to know, how do you get into the hotel room? Do they give you a key? Like, who's surprising who here?
So for my experience, what I've had, I'll have them leave me one at the front, the concierge with my name.
Yeah.
And then while they're out with their mate, I go in there, let me know your time frame. I'm gonna get in and out because I want it to be a surprise.
Yes.
So of course their mates are like, wait, you've been with me all day. Like, how did you make this happen?
I want to know.
Right.
Just because.
Mental note, right?
Yeah. And from there, but they surprised too, because they don't
don't
ain't
even
seen
know.
it yet either.
they haven't seen it yet either.
Right.
Yeah.
So is it like I got to come to you with an idea, or what does that look like? Who is that? I got some music playing in here. I don't know where it's coming from. Tell me. I don't, just let it play.
Okay.
It's all good. Background.
I'm a visionary. So if you just send me the picture of the room that you want done, I can pretty much, if it's for your birthday parties, usually people have their idea of what they want. But when it comes to their hotel accommodation, they usually let me kind of do what I want. Right. Depending, some people just let me go. And so send me a picture of the room and I see it.
Right.
It's funny because I see my outfits the way I see these rooms. Like I already know what I want, where, how, and when. So yeah.
And people just bless you. It's just a blessing.
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing.
That is dope.
Yeah.
For real, for real.
It's rocking and rolling, man.
Because to us, it just came out of nowhere. You feel me?
Yeah.
And now it's just like room after room after party after party, and just it's fun.
Yeah.
It looks like, and everybody be smiling.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But you do have some downtimes, right?
Yeah.
What is it LJ there to pick you up? What happens in your time when you're like, oh my God, the balloons won't turn? It won't turn.
Goodness. Speaking of that, okay. So
Talk about
it's been a blessing, right? But one day I received a call from a friend. It was their first little girl in the family being born. The sister was really sickly during her pregnancy. So this was a very important drive-by baby shower. And I purchased balloons from a place I'd never had before.
Okay.
And so I like to at least get some of them done at home and then travel with them and finish up at the house. Well, as I'm at home, everything is just popping.
Oh.
Popping, one after the other. And now I'm in tears. LJ and his mom are trying to help me. And I'm just like, LJ, I can't ruin this day for this woman. It's so important. I hadn't seen the girl in like 12 years. So on top of that, I hadn't seen her. She trusted me. She could have went with anybody else, but she trusted me.
Yes.
And this is an important day for them. And he just was like, anything worth having, you're going to have situations like this. So pick yourself up and let's get it done. He's like, do you need me to run to Party City? Like, where can I go to get you what you need? And so we loaded up the car, had a great setup with the lady. Everything came out beautiful. I'm getting text messages from her. Your thing was the hit of the party, blah, blah, blah. And I was ready to throw this business away. Okay. I was ready to be done. I was in tears because I don't like ruining people's day. And my name's on it. So I definitely don't want to leave a bad taste in people's mouth. But the fact that he calmed me down, and the next day I made a post to LJ thanking him for being the peace in that moment, because I needed that, because I was really ready to be done with it, right? And the girl I did it for said, I never would even know. You did it with such grace. Like, you and your husband just set up. And it was windy that day, so the thing was knocking over. I mean, people don't understand.
They don't. That's
these
why I
people
need
that
you to
do
let
this,
it be
right?
known.
The people that do these balloons,
they know.
Give them a lot of love, because when it's hot, 110 degrees out here, those balloons don't like it.
Oh, when it's 55 degrees and you got to get outside,
or it's windy, or So when you have people that book you over and over again. Shout out to our girl Beatrice, that was my first client, and she has sent me many referrals after referrals, and I thank her so much for that. Because word of mouth is the way, right?
That's the way.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the way.
But that's probably the hardest time I ever had. Or people changing their time at the last minute. Hey, my party was supposed to start at 4, I need you to start it at 1. Well, they don't know I had a booking that was going to be at 12.
Yep.
So trying to fit 2 in 1, you know, they don't know how stressful that can be, but you know, you do the best that you can, and everybody's events turn out great. So that's a blessing. But
yeah, I want to go back. LJ, writing scripts, hard, easy,
extremely hard.
Talk about it.
Extremely hard. It's crazy because salute to the ones that do it.
Yeah.
It's a like I learned with this process, I have to have a good team. You know what I mean? And with my wife being by my side, she let me know that's good, that's bad. Take that out, put this in, and I love that. You know what I mean? But it's extremely hard. So that's why with this, I got a special project that I'm working on. That I brought my family part. I wanted to bring them into that. You know what I mean? Even though I'm the creator of it, I got my team of writers to help me out. Because I got it all here. I just got to put it down on there.
Yeah, it's got to be.
But hey, teamwork make the dream work. You know what I mean? So I'm not afraid to ask for no help. You know what I mean? So I want to bring people in and get this thing rocking.
Now we see why there are co-writers.
Oh man, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
and co-producers. And then there's executive producers.
Yeah. So,
you know what I mean? Directors of photography. It's all kind of hands that go in on that. What is that? At the ending credits?
Oh man.
Right.
The ending credits.
Yeah.
You wonder why it's so long. It took that much to get this
that.
film.
To get that. Yeah.
Whether it's 90 minutes or it's 120.
Yeah.
Or 15.
Yeah. Or 21.
Or 21 minutes. It take a lot of hands, right?
Yeah.
So I want to go back to to That's Her. Tell me about that. And can they see it on YouTube or?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
All right, tell me about That's Her.
So
And when it came out, and you know,
what's this? This 2021. 21. I want to say, what year was that?
18.
Maybe 18.
yeah,
17.
it was 18.
So 18. It was just a fun little comedy we put together. You know what I mean? Took a situation that happened and put it on a little spin on it. And I got my boy Roy Harper in there. Shout out to Big Roy. I grew up with him.
Yeah.
Got Mark Morano in there. I got Ronald Manning.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? I got Paige in there. Paige Bunch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got Paquita. I got Rihanna in there.
Hopefully all y'all watch this show. You feel me? We're going to tag you if not.
Yeah. And we just had a ball, man. And they trusted my vision.
Yes.
And we came together. Me, my wife, and everybody was on set.
Yes.
And we just had a ball, man. And we released that thing back in 2018. And you can check it out. That's Her. It's just a little comedy joint.
What's the name of your YouTube channel?
Just LJ Love Jones.
LJ Love Jones. Okay. Now, with that, that was your first effort.
Yeah.
And it became tangible.
With my shooter, I call it my shooter.
Mrs. Romano.
Yes.
Miss Anika Romano, she shot that thing. You know what I'm
Right?
saying? Yes,
Shout out
sir.
Cuzzo.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, what did it feel like to go from your mind?
Yeah.
Look, this world, my mind.
right.
Hey, shout out to Pops. This
Right.
World, My Mind. That was
For
his
real.
book, by the way.
How did it go from going from your mind to this world? Tangible.
You know what the crazy one, I say the beautiful blessing was to see it from my mind to the Black Film Festival, to see it on that screen. So that's my first time seeing it on the movies.
Oh, we got the silver screen.
Yeah, that was my first time seeing it at a festival, you know?
Yeah.
And so that part was like, wow. That was mind blowing. You know what I mean? Especially to be from Vegas, you know what I'm saying, to see that. So it was a beautiful thing, man. So
Facts. I feel the same. When I was a part of Institutionalized, right? I've done the stage play thing.
Yeah.
We even done some community movies, right?
Okay.
For YouTube and stuff. But for Institutionalized, I played the lead role.
Yeah. And did your thing.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
But to see me on that screen with a room full of people.
Yeah.
I don't know how many seats in that good old theater at the Sunset, Suncoast.
I think that was the big one too. That's at least
That's the big one.
about four. About
Some,
400.
I don't know, but I was
something
just
that.
like, bro, this is crazy, right? And so I can imagine if I created that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, because I had to walk in Wayne, I had to be Wayne, I had to become that character, but
Yeah.
I didn't create them.
Yeah.
I didn't create Institutionalized.
Yeah.
I just was a part of something. And I felt that from just that. So I can imagine what it feels like
right.
as the creator.
Yeah, it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. And even with my second joint, Makes Even, I did a little showing at this spot called the Royal Crystal.
Right.
And,
right.
We had fun with the promos. You know what I mean? People was all over the city, all over the world. I had people in Canada.
Facts.
Shout out to Courtney out there in Canada. You know what I'm saying? My partners was King Caddy Des Mac. They was in New York City. You did, and they shot one out there, man. So we had a ball with that, man. The showing came out beautiful.
That's the promo where everybody just got their phones. Hey, y'all need to go check out.
Yeah,
right?
they was rocking out, man. I appreciate the love.
All over the world.
Man, they was all over the world, man. So I appreciate it. All my folks, everybody that did that for Makes Even, man. I appreciate that still to this day.
Now talk about that a little bit, because that was your most recent, right? Just the latest film that's out that they can see on YouTube.
Yeah.
Makes Even, where did that come from? And then, writing that script. Did you go through some emotional writing that, or?
I did.
Because they don't know that's based on.
It's based on true events, I want to say.
True events.
Yeah, it was true events in situations, like I said, with the passing, losing my brother, and it just sparked the emotion. You know what I mean? So I kind of rode around certain situations like that, and I came up with the storyline, and I reached out to my folks, told them about it. I called my shooter, Nika Romano.
Yes.
Actually, when she wanted to put this piece together, and I reached out to my folks, the actors and the actresses, and we made it happen, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Did check that out too.
Did you have to go back? Did you get hurt from that? Did it open up any scars for you? Because I want to know how hard is it to make a timepiece? Because it's almost like a timepiece film, because you had to go back. Or did it just like relieve stress from you? Did it remove some things off?
You know what? That's a good question. It released some stress when it was done.
Okay.
I felt relieved.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because of the situation, and I was proud of it. You know what I mean? But it was definitely a big weight lifted off my shoulders, because I carried that hurt for so long. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Just with situations, and even with my little brother, what he went through. Right. You know what I mean? So.
Right.
But yeah, it came out real dope. So it's on it's on YouTube. Called Makes Even. Yeah, Makes Even.
I like that one. And things just get better. Just get better.
And then I hooked up with your boy T Jonez.
You did.
And we did Crooked Promoters. Yeah, so shout out to T Jonez.
Yes. Which is on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Yeah, he that's his film. That's what he did, and he released it on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
He hit me up, said he had a part for me.
Yes.
And I ain't turned it down. I went on and starred in it. I did my piece in it.
Now, are you looking for any more hands on deck? V, are you looking for any more hands on deck? If you guys, speaking to the public right now, right? Do you need help? Do you need any volunteers or any other people to be behind the scenes holding boom mics and anything? Y'all need any help?
I think right now, because of COVID and playing it safe, we're trying to work with the crew that we have.
Okay.
But I know for ourselves on the decor side, we do have somebody that is going to be on the back end helping when needed. If LJ can't help me because he's writing or acting,
right.
Because he's always my right-hand man for everything.
Right.
But as of right now, I think we're just trying to keep it in the family, as much as possible, because I feel like LJ always says, if you win, we win. And that's really our motto. Mm-hmm. If we can pull from the family first, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Vicky, there was a time where you were kind of struggling health-wise. Mm-hmm. Tell me about that time. I want LJ to chime in a little bit, because you had to help, and you didn't leave.
Mm.
Of course not.
Thank God.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thank God.
I mean, we've seen movies and we've seen it in real life.
Yeah.
Once the woman get a little something happening, or she multiple sclerosis in a wheelchair, something, the man be like,
Right.
So tell us about that time in your life and what happened.
So in 2010, we had JL, Love Jones,
Yes.
which is the baby.
Yes.
And I had a lot of complications towards the end of my pregnancy with her.
Okay.
So I originally signed up to have my tubes tied.
Okay.
So when they told me that she was going to be premature, I went ahead and scratched out. I didn't want to have my tubes tied. But I had heard from my doctor, my OBG, that there's this new birth control called eSure.
Okay.
So it was an outpatient type of deal. So you're no downtime. So I was like, well, that would be perfect, considering I'm gonna have a newborn and she's gonna be premature, so I'm gonna need to be able to get to the NICU and whatnot.
Right.
So fast forward, when I got Eshore implanted, I was not okay the day of, but as the years progressed, fast forward to like 2013, 2014, I started having a lot of issues. My hair falling out, teeth breaking in the back, mood swings that I had never had before. And LJ be like, what is going on with you? Like, I didn't know, I didn't know a lot of other health issues. In 2014, I woke up and I couldn't walk straight. I was literally walking like sideways.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to work and I was, laying on the floor in tears most nights.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is 2013, we took our first family portrait professional for Christmas.
Okay.
And in January, when I got really sick, I was huddled down on the floor like a baby. And I thought God was going to take me. Right. I said, you finally got us all together in a photo and you're going to take my life. My, our eldest Star, she said, Mommy, you look like you're dying. I was literally pale as can be, dark circles under my eyes. And going back to what you said, a lot of women through Eshore have lost husbands that couldn't deal, boyfriends, partners. They didn't want to deal with the up and down mood swings. Now you're gaining weight. You don't know why you're gaining weight because you're not eating any different. You're still exercising. Your body's just going crazy.
Yeah.
And your moods are going crazy. And how I knew it was related to that is there was a group on Facebook. Something made me type in Eshore problems.
Oh.
And here's a group of women, of 350 women at the time, expressing that they're going through the same things I'm going through. So now I know I'm not crazy because we've been to specialists, right? Mm-hmm. We went to chiropractors because my back would just cringe. It was just such a painful time in my life.
Wasn't it something with your arm too? I know the homegirl, something with her arm or something happened with the arm.
Right.
Like,
Yes. That was one of our other friends. She had issues with her. Everybody's issues are pretty much the same, but some have different complications from it.
Okay.
So then we did an interview on Channel 13 with other women from Las Vegas that were going through the same thing. Yeah. And it's just really sad, but empowering when you see the husband still standing by our side, because it was a lot. And so if you ever want to learn about Eshore, there's a film called The Bleeding Edge on Netflix, and it goes over, devices that have failed us. And so that is one of them that's featured on that film on Netflix. But so 2014, I did have a hysterectomy at the age of 34. We already knew we were done having children, but because what I went through with all that pain for that long extent of time, I just wanted to be done with it. I just wanted to be done with it. But yeah.
Deacon T.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
I hear your deep breaths on the mic.
I was too close.
We hear you.
I was reading the Bible passage. For the record.
He was running with Jesus. He was running with Jesus.
Look here. It says Romans right there. Pornography. Be clear on the record now. Okay, right here.
It's a deep thought over there.
It says Romans.
Yeah, deep thought.
I'm just keep it real.
We hear you. I don't mute his mic because he like to chime in, man. That's my dog.
Yeah.
So, LJ.
Yes, sir.
Sticking around. You said, of course not, which means that never even crossed your mind.
Nah. It was just hard to see her go through all that. I can't leave her like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just right there with her, whatever she need help with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Help up the stairs. You know what I'm saying? Anything that we needed, I just try to be there for her. Because it was a rough patch. You know what I'm saying? Seeing her go through that.
Frustration.
Of course. She couldn't even walk, man, but still wanted to go to work. You know what I mean? So I salute her for that, but I'm just glad we got over that.
Yeah, absolutely. And how did you get through it? Was it the hysterectomy?
The hysterectomy changed. Literally from the very next day, I felt much different. Because I was having extreme migraines and just some of the side effects. I felt so much better. I said, oh my goodness, this thing was real. But then you have doctors that don't believe you that this is the problem. And with many of us women, that they didn't want to relate the two. There was a time when we went to the hospital, they didn't even know what it was. They took my pelvic x-rays and said, what is this inside of you? I'm like, you mean to tell me that these emergency room doctors don't even know what this is? Now, mind you, I did do research when I first had the implant. There was not enough information in the States yet, because it was a long time ago. So
Yeah, we talking 2010.
2010.
Yeah.
There was not much information. So
11 years ago.
I realize now I'm such an advocate for people just sticking, if you're going to use birth control, stick with the good old fashioned pill. Be mindful of things because it's foreign to our bodies.
That's what I was looking. Is it IUD? Is that what it's called?
It's not.
What is it?
It's not. So there are 2 coils that go into your uterus.
Okay.
And eventually scar tissue grows over it.
Yep.
And therefore it blocks you from getting pregnant. Now, mind you, many women were still getting pregnant.
Right.
Thank God I wasn't one of them. No, but the pain, I mean, you know, especially when you realize you're not crazy. And one thing about LJ, he never was like, you're exaggerating. He never. He just was there by my side. And I'm so thankful because there'd be many nights he'd have to rub my back to sleep or put a heating pad on me or what do I do type of thing. But he never left my side. And the kids, you know, something as simple as going trick-or-treating, I would be in tears, but I would never stop for them. I'm going to keep pushing myself through it, but it was a lot.
So what do you tell the people now? You say just stick with the regular?
I say stick with the good old-fashioned pill. If you have a problem taking your medicine, put a timer because these foreign objects, I mean, I think that way with anything. Yeah. Even from, you know, having any type of surgery for enhancement. Yeah. Eventually, over time, you will get sick. Yeah. You know, it may not show up right away because there was women in the clinical trials that didn't get sick for years.
Listen, I have a beautiful wife.
Yes,
you understand? My wife is gorgeous. I prayed for it. I got it.
Yes,
Shout
you
out to
did.
Vanessa.
Yes, you
Shout
did.
out,
Shout
right?
out.
You have an amazing wife, a beautiful wife,
Yes,
right?
indeed.
So what do you feel about enhancements? You know what I mean? Like, do you feel like it's something that's necessary for women, or they got their own opinion? They do what they want to do because you know, like you said, they still may have some situations later on. Vicky,
For myself.
no, for people, just
People in
for
general,
women in general.
I feel like if that's going to give you the confidence that you need, by all means necessary.
Say that.
Because at the end of the day, men don't know what it's like to carry a child and how it changes your body.
No, we
you know
don't.
what I'm saying?
No, we don't.
And how you know your body does go through a lot of changes. So if that's what you need for you, absolutely. For me personally, I'd rather have a trainer train me and get me right to the best that I can after having 3 children. Yeah. Because we did lose a friend, you know, years ago with having surgery. So I'm very terrified now, you know. So, but yeah, if that's what you need to do to make yourself feel good, by all means, go for it.
And my second, it was like, people think that beautiful people don't go through issues or have flaws or whatever, right? What do you say to that? What do you speak to that, Vicky?
We have to speak kindly to ourselves. You know, of course, I've struggled with things, even when at my best with my husband, you know, as being in the best shape, I still struggled with insecurities. But I think a lot of stuff is instilled in us at a young age. It's what your experience is, right? And you grow up with those insecurities. But I think now, at this age, self-love is so important for us women to teach ourselves foremost, to teach our daughters and our sons, because I was sitting there thinking, I'm sitting here tearing myself up about my weight, and my daughters are watching me. Yes. What kind of leader am I? So I had to apologize to my daughters. I had a straight up conversation like, hey, I can't talk bad to my body and expect you guys to love yourself wholeheartedly. So I apologize. And ever since then, I never did it again.
Were they like, Mom, we didn't see that? I'm kind of confused. Sometimes my kids be like, what? I'm like, I just got to do it for me if you don't understand it. I got to let you know.
She keep it real with them. Yeah,
for
I
sure.
appreciate that.
And for you, man, raising 3 daughters, man, what's some things that you embedding in?
Man, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
He's great at it, too.
It's crazy, man. I wanted daughters.
Okay.
I didn't want no.
Yeah, I think you had dream name before she was a daughter.
Yeah, man. I got all their names. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my kids. You know what I mean? Star Dream and JL.
JL.
And it's a beautiful thing, man. They spoil me, man.
My youngest daughter was like, "Oh, that is LJ backwards."
Yeah. It's just my name backwards. You know what I'm saying? I'm LJ and she JL. But like I said, it's a beautiful thing raising daughters, man. Just being that father figure with them. You know what I mean? They keep me. And like we tell them all the time, I say, you got a young dad. You know what I mean?
Okay?
You got a young hip dad. So you know, I know a lot. I've been through a lot. So a lot of what you're going through, I'm already right there. Yeah. 106 steps ahead of you.
Right.
Yeah, so,
right. Absolutely, man. How was it for LJ growing up on the west side of Las Vegas, Nevada?
It was fun and dangerous. And fun and dangerous.
And wild.
and wild. I had a ball, man. Me and my mom we grew up in Berkeley Square first. Got our own spot off of Gregory. You know what I'm saying? Me and her. And when I got a little older, she got married.
Is that the house by A-Tech?
No. Okay. In Berkeley Square off of Alexander.
Oh, you talking about Gregory? Okay.
Yeah, down there.
Okay.
So, yeah, we stayed there first, and then she had got married, and then we moved to Bonanza Village.
Okay.
So that's how I went to school, the Bonanza Village. Had a ton of friends over there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Went to elementary there, Roof 5. Shout out to Roof 5. Yeah. Went to Gibson, you know what I'm saying? Middle school, 6 through 8.
Bad.
Hey, Gibson was cracking though.
Gibson was bad.
I had a ball.
Cracking to us, but it was bad. Now that I look back on it, we was bad as hell.
Yeah, it was fun time, you know what I mean? And then going back and forth on the weekends, missing my homies in the square, you know what I'm saying? Rocking out with them to come back, Bonanza Village. So I was going back and forth, you know what I mean? So I made a lot of friends. I went to Western for 1 year, 9th grade. Had a ball up there.
Yeah.
And then I ended up going back to the square. And I went to Palo Verde. 10th, 11th, and 12th, and graduated from there.
Right.
And like I said, we had a ball, man. We had a ball just running amok.
And IC was with you? No.
Hey. Yeah, me and IC had some fun. We had some fun, you did.
We had some fun. LJ, what month is your birthday?
July. Cancer,
So
you did. July 19th.
It's like a year and a half. School-wise, you like 2 years older than me.
Because you what, 2002?
02.
Okay, yeah. 2000.
Yeah. Right. So, but it's like a year and a half, 2 years.
Yep.
So he is like my big cousin, even though we kind of like equivalent, but he is my big cousin. And so, he left me behind sometimes. You ain't some of them I was left behind.
Oh man!
But no, we tore it up, man. It's crazy when you look back now. The men we were, young men we were, we don't want our daughters with, right? We don't want them with those cats. We don't want them with Cable.
No,
and Lil Icy.
Not at all.
Not at all. Not at all. And but I use it as
Hear that, girls?
I use it as a learning tool.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, because I'd be able to see that from a mile away. From the youngsters, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I had to go through that. I had to go through that stage. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And that was the blessing about when me and Vicky got together. I knew I had to change my ways of thinking once I got with her. You know what I mean? Because of the type of woman she was. You know what I'm saying? So, and she was worth changing like that. So, I just appreciate where we are today.
Yeah.
16 years later.
Right.
And hats off to her for dealing with me at that time. You know what I'm saying? But she helped me grow.
For real. But as a man, what are you putting into your daughters that's something that we can permeate through the community today?
I'm just showing them how I am at this man, how they see me with their mom.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And just how I move in general. You know what I mean? And like my daughter's boyfriend. You know what I mean?
Happy birthday to him, by the
shout
way.
out to him. Shout out to Dave. Today's birthday.
100.
Good dude, man. Good dude. And just the way he moved, he remind me of myself.
Okay.
And the way I am with my wife is how he is with my daughter. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that. You know what I mean? So I got lucky with that one.
That's a generational blessing.
That's a generational blessing. And let me tell you something about this young man.
Mm-hmm.
He and our daughter was about to go to after they were done with going to a dance. They started liking each other. They weren't going go to the dance liking each other, but they started having feelings for each other. And he told her, I can't date you until I talk to your dad. He literally came and scheduled a day for LJ to sit with him on a Sunday and ask permission, could he date her? Yeah. And that let us know that we're on the right track, right?
Hey, where they do that at? Look, we wasn't even trying to meet no daddies. You did.
Thank you. Don't even let them see.
I don't even know if I met a daddy yet.
No, we wasn't trying to look for no daddies, man.
No, we wasn't. Nah, not at all. Not at all.
But I think, too, it's so important for men. One, it's very important that the father is there. And I'm thankful for LJ's circle because all of you are wonderful fathers. I tell him that all the time. I love that the team that you have of boys or family, you guys are all wonderful fathers. But I think telling your daughters that you love them, that they're beautiful, that they're smart, which is something that he always does, very affectionate. They don't look for it in man because they got it from their daddy. So they're not moving fast like most girls that lack that. You know what I'm saying?
They got it honest. I just had to sit down with my two daughters and just out the blue. It was just in me. Sit down. Let me tell y'all something.
Okay.
I love y'all. You're extremely beautiful to me. You know what I mean? Like don't let nobody, sway your thoughts, and just different things. I had to sit them down.
Did you
Just
keep
them
1,000
two.
with them?
Just them two, huh?
Did you keep it 1,000 with them?
I had to.
These kids are different.
Me and my wife, we have family conversations.
Okay.
And and then I have mine and she have hers. But 1,000, you got to.
Yeah, got to.
Cause the social media keeping it 1,000.
Baby.
Ooh, man.
Two 1,000.
Snapchat keeping it 1,000.
Yeah,
so it's like, nah, you getting it right here in the flesh from me. You know what I'm saying? And certain things, people want to be famous because they see everybody shooting to the stars off social media. You don't know what they life like in for real. In real life, you don't know what they life like. Yeah, they got social clout or currency. Excuse me, social currency. But we don't know what their actual currency is like.
Right.
Yeah.
I've seen cats have the biggest 1 million views and live in a room.
Yeah.
Renting a room.
True.
You know what I'm saying? When they should be buying the house or buying the land. You know what I mean? So it's like, don't think you want somebody else's life.
Exactly.
Because of what
you're ready to walk in their shoes.
perception is.
Right.
You feel me?
Tough.
That's true.
Yeah.
Had to put it out there. But
No, I like
that's because my daughter, she love TikTok.
Yeah.
And people just blowing up off TikTok or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
But specifically one person I know off TikTok ain't what it seemed. It's just not.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And he is not what he seems to be on social media. He's really an asshole in person.
Ooh, it's a difference. Oh, yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
It's a difference.
It's different.
What do you say? Practice what you post.
Yeah.
Because some people. I know you in real
Real.
life.
I know you in real life.
Right.
But that's hats off to both y'all, because you realize that these children, and they are children. I don't care if they're 18.
Right. They're still children.
Okay. Number one, they ain't as smart as they think they are.
Right.
So the brain is the same as yours was and mine was, except they're getting 1,000 times more stimulus in it.
Yeah, man.
99%
That's
of
the
which
word.
is not
Stimulation.
positive,
Yeah.
right? You too short, you too dark, you too fat, you too this. But if you buy my product, oh baby, you'll be just like Nicki Minaj, fill in the blank, right?
Right.
And so the kids are looking for the answers. So the question is where they going to get them from. Because they going to get them.
Yes.
Oh, man.
So when you start bullshitting your kids,
Oh, man.
and then they smell that on you, see, I always figure they ain't gonna believe everything we tell them. I just hope to God that on the real important stuff, they listen to me. So I try to have some real credibility by keeping it real,
Hey.
like crazy real. Like when a lot of people
good.
go, "You talk to your daughter about that?" I'm like, absolutely,
Yeah.
because she either getting it from me or from some knucklehead.
There you go.
Who trying to crack,
Right.
or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, real talk.
And it is. I used to say it was hard. So I have an older boy and I have two daughters, 25 and 18. But when I heard you speaking there, I said, you know what? This is really wonderful. And I tell you what's wonderful as an older person. Hands down, if you look at statistically, girls that have good relationships with their dad have good relationships with men.
This is true.
Girls who observe good relationships between husband and wife or significant other, as the case may be, disproportionately have good relationships with men.
Yeah.
If what your daughter and your son, but in this case daughters, if what your daughter sees is when you mad, you tune Vicky up a little bit. Well, when they get out there and homeboy tune them up, they be like, "Oh, that's cool because that's what Daddy used to do to Mommy, and he my
Yes.
hero."
Right.
So we are every single day in our actions, the way we speak. If I be calling my wife out of her name, well, that's what my daughter's getting imprinted in her little head.
Yeah.
So then when these other crazy fools be calling her out of her name, she think, "Oh, that's normal. That's what Mom and Daddy did."
That's
right?
the generational
And it's-
curse.
Thank you so much. You taking my line. On the other hand, we have the power.
Right.
We
Yes,
as
we
the
do.
parents
Oh, yeah.
have the power. No matter how crazy they are, more of that stuff is sticking than we think.
Facts.
You know, and there's a saying that says, "The older I get, the smarter my parents were."
Hey.
Okay, and that's still true, right? And we all know that.
Yeah.
You know, there was a time when I thought my mother and father didn't know nothing. Right? And now I look back, I'm like, oh
That
Lord.
was so right.
But it is for me because I have these two girls and I have the boy. But with the girls, I tell them this because they all like, well, Dad, who you gonna like? And they know I ain't, you know, T-Boy will come out in a minute now. Okay, you mess with my,
He's a real guy.
I see will tell you. T-Boy from the street will come out in a minute when it comes to my family.
Of course.
All right, talk about it.
Okay, I don't care. Don't let the little flavor fool you. Okay. Even though it's supposed to be family show, I'll fuck up somebody up and play with my family.
Right.
You can play with me a whole lot more than you can play with my people.
Yeah, don't do it.
Okay,
Don't do it.
By any
I
means.
tell them all the time, by any means.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
When you find a dude who loves you better than me, I'll hug that brother myself.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
I don't care about all this other stupid. He's short, he fat, he cute, he black, he white, he red. It make no difference. I want to know where his heart's at.
Yes.
I want to know where his character at.
Yes.
I want to know what kind of person he is as relates to my baby, my most precious possession. Somebody who will like make me get crazy over, right?
Yes, sir.
So don't be coming up here all sliding pants down
Right.
your ass,
No, we ain't
talking
doing
some
that.
stuff, going so forth. So when I heard that was real. I know him. I know how he did. When I heard that, So when you my age, your daughter's gonna be sitting on your lap. Just like mine do, hugging on me and calling me daddy and texting me all day, saying, "Hey, you got any money for my ATM? And my debit card, and all that." And you know what? I wouldn't change it
For the world.
Oh, yeah.
world.
I would, man.
I never wanted girls because I had these boys, and I was like, I don't know how to deal with these little knuckleheads. And these girls own me. My wife owned my butt. Do something. Take charge. You the grown up. I'm like, baby, I try, but that shit don't work.
Right.
Okay?
That's my daughter.
It's for you.
But guess what?
You guys are like putty.
I love it. And I love it.
I love
That's the problem. I like it.
Yeah.
I love it.
They come over and they basically I see them come out like, oh, they about to use me. Use me.
LJ
And then I'm
goes
like,
for
all right, baby.
Nah, I love
LJ.
it.
But what I heard you say there, man, that's really, really cool.
Oh, yeah, man. I love my three girls, man. Shout out to my three daughters. I love
Yes.
What did mom put in you, LJ?
y'all. Oh, man.
What
She
is-
just, my mom, she been grinding from the jump,
Yeah.
man. And she, you know what I'm saying? She was always there for me, you know what I'm saying? Prayed for me.
Yeah.
She always got this prayer, man. She prayed for your children and your children's children. You know what I'm saying? And I just love my mom to death, man. She been rocking with me. I got no complaints. I can't say one bad thing about my mama. You know what I mean? And even to see the relationship that my wife had with my mom, it's a beautiful thing. They more like
my
sisters.
girl.
You
That's
did.
my girl.
And they be rocking. You know what I mean? And I love that. You know what I mean? So shout out to my mama, man, being there for day one and still rocking with me.
Yeah.
The reason I called y'all a power couple, I don't know who
I
else says
appreciate
it.
that.
No doubt. It's because y'all working, even when y'all not working.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And so you're not afraid to let the public know, hey, we working. Like this is what we do. And I see the support from one another. Right?
Yeah.
So that's from the outside looking in. But then when I come in, it's the same as it is on social media.
Oh yeah, man. We
Feel me?
Yeah.
So you do practice what you post.
Of course, man. Shoot, how we are, like you say, on social media, that's how
That's
we
us in
is
real life.
in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially before COVID, you know what I'm saying? Our house was the family house. People
Right.
come over, we hang out. We just love seeing people win, period, but
Yeah.
definitely family to win. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's the whole you win, we win movement.
And that's what it's about.
That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Full circle.
And I seen that power.
Yeah.
And so for me, like they gonna see the Joneses. You feel me? That's the
Yeah.
power
Yeah.
couple.
Yes, sir.
And you know, for me, man, I just feel like we, as a family, man, we are supposed to be entrepreneurs and leaders. Like I just look at everybody like, man, I know you got a call and I know you got a purpose. You feel me?
Yeah.
So for you to, put us together in one room, it just
Yeah,
It
that
was
was
just a
beautiful.
bad
And that was a beautiful thing because that was
Yes,
the
it
first
was.
time that happened.
it was.
That was the first time that happened on this special project we got going on. Just to have y'all, shout out to everybody that's a part of this
Yes.
new joint that's coming on. I've been dropping subs here and there.
You got a sub on the table.
I got a sub on the table. You did. If you follow my page or the cast page, you see this sub and everything that I've been on. You know, what I mean,
Right.
he's everywhere. But coming soon, we'll give you a little bit more on
Yeah.
that. But definitely, we got something cooking.
So we have we got Hayes.
Shout out to my brother Marley Jones. You did.
We got
Got Tay Jones too.
Kayomi.
Yes, indeed.
We got IC Jonez.
IC Jonez.
Love Jones.
Yeah.
We got Mark Romano.
We got McShawn Jones.
We got McShawn
My
Jones.
sister.
Yes.
Shout out to my beautiful sister. You did.
We got Vanessa.
Yes,
Got
beautiful
Vanessa
wife.
in there.
Nico behind the scenes.
The shooter.
Nico Romano, Mark
That's the
Romano.
magic maker.
What's
We got my cousin Nichelle in there.
Nichelle.
You know what I'm saying? We got my cousin Amber in there.
We got JL in there.
We got the kids in there.
Belle.
We got
Bella.
Bella.
Yep, Miss
Bella.
Bella.
And we
And
got
shout out to Diva Houston. We got her in there.
Diva. Unc just joined though, right?
Yeah, salute to my uncle Dwayne Ross. You know what I'm saying? We
Dwayne.
got something popping.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a beautiful thing, man.
Yes.
It's all family.
All family.
I love it.
Yeah, that's the most beautiful thing about it,
Yes.
man. It's all family on this new.
It's
this
like the
next one.
Wayans brothers, man.
Right, exactly.
Jones brothers.
Yeah,
Right.
so we have a beautiful time.
It's amazing, man. I've been writing for a very long time. I've been writing.
You talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it. You told me about it.
since I was like 9. As, Marty's mom actually is the reason that I began writing.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember, she had a cassette.
I remember that. I remember that album cover too.
Yeah, so,
yes, sir.
I was, in the room at grandma's house and just asked, can I write? And I started writing. So I know I was 9 years old, right? That was just music. Then I began to understand that, writing is writing. You can write poetry. You can write a script. You can write a short, whatever. And so acting, I've been wanting to do that since I was in middle school when I took drama. I took theater. You feel me? And they was like, man, you really know what you're doing. That's because in the den at Hell in the House, we acting hard. We doing it.
Yeah, we doing something. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even with the fake wrestling and all that, we got to take on Ultimate Warrior's characteristics or the Undertaker or whatever. And you got to be him. And you know what I mean? That was just as a kid.
Yeah.
So as you get, older and you realize, man, these things can be tangible. Like I got the homie that shoot. I got the other homie that edit. I got the other homie that got the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you begin to see
All
it.
these resources. You did.
And so that same thing happened for me in music though. Like you bring all these pieces together and all I got to do is rap. Everything else come together, just let me
piece
rap.
it together.
That's why I'm, who I am with it because that's all I had to do as far as all this engineering and the chops and the beats and the, that's somebody else do that. And there's somebody that's proud and happy to do that and not rap and not be in my lane while I'm not in his lane. You feel me?
You got to stay in your lane.
But it ain't nothing wrong with you doing everything if you want to.
Yeah.
Do it all. Because we live in that Renaissance age again where the man or the woman.
It is a talent to be able to do it like that.
Gotta be.
But I'd rather, if somebody's good at this, I want them to bring them in.
Want them to bring it in, man. The blessing for this one. It's a lot of volunteer work going on around here. And we did a lot of volunteer work. But you decided to give envelopes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Honestly, man, it was a blessing I got blessed with, and I just wanted to bless my cast, you know what I mean? So I did a couple projects, you know what I'm saying, that we did just for love and, you know what I'm saying, promotion. I appreciate that because that's big to me too, you know what I mean? So it was more of a mental thing for me, even though I gifted my cast, you know what I mean? I just wanted to do that for my seed, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because when that go time come and when that big bag come, we gonna continue what we doing right here.
Yes.
You dig? So it was more of a mental thing, man. And I just wanted to hire my family for this project because y'all could have been doing anything, but y'all came to rock with me.
Yeah.
And I just appreciate the love all the way around.
To me, it don't matter if it's a $5 Starbucks card.
Yeah.
Or a $20 gas card. Something that will be needed.
Yeah.
Right. As a token of thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that was a total surprise because we're gonna do it for you.
Yeah.
Plus, this is what we do, but we're gonna do it for you.
Right.
Yeah,
with
cool.
you,
Yeah.
right? And it just was like, man, this is getting better and better. Because it was unexpected. So I was like, why he do that? And for you, it's just that seed that keep on.
We talked about it, and I told us I just want to do this. And we decided, man, I just wanted to bless my family like that because I know y'all gonna bless me in return.
Yeah.
With this project, so.
But I do think paying people is a great thing, man. And if people can do it for volunteer that and need it on their resume or what you say, it was something that's big too for promotion, marketing, different things like that. But it's nice to have it written out like this is what you're gonna get even when you just volunteered.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Maybe points off of this or maybe percentage off of that, whatever. So it was just like, man, early in the game, third film, short film, paying people.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Absolutely.
it's just a lot of volunteer work out there. Would you do stage work? Would you act on stage?
You know what? Big salute to you and to Mark Romano Anika Romano. I went to my first play. Actually went to two plays. We went to 2 plays that year. I went to one at the Thunderbird. That was dope. I can't remember the title. And then I went to the one at the West Las Vegas Library. And man, hats out to people that was on that stage. I couldn't do it. Not just yet. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That was my first time actually seeing how it was done and all that. I know how behind the scenes go down. Yeah. So I know if somebody messes up, you gotta keep rolling, regardless of the fact. You know what I mean? So I ain't ready for that stage yet. Okay. Cause I like my cut. Yeah. And do it over if I ain't like it. Yeah. But I never know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It may be.
It might come down the line.
Even writing it though could be dope. Writing a stage play could be dope. Yeah. You ain't gotta be in it. Yeah. Are we ever gonna see BJ on stage? Not on stage, excuse me, on screen.
Talk about it.
On screen. I'm more of a behind the scenes type of person. LJ will tell you, but if he needs me, I'll be in the film. I love that it's opened up JL though. She has it naturally. Dream is really into the editing side, so having her involved, she was actually on the Makes Even set with Anika. And Anika's given her some pointers. And now she's thinking, looking at that kind of stuff. And so you don't know where we'll take them. Yeah. But as far as me, only if he needs me, I'll be on the film.
I feel you. And what is Vicky teaching the daughters? Like the one of the main things you drive home and that you embed into them?
Education.
Okay. Talk about Star real quick. Where's she at? What's she doing? Okay. What's going on?
So our daughter Star graduated from UNLV with a marketing degree. Earned it, right? Yes. She is in the top 4% of her graduating class. She's a magna cum laude. So we give her first one in the family, first generational graduate. So when you're young and you have a child at 19, right? You can only hope that you don't make mistakes, and you hope that you guide them and that God helps you guide them and that he opens doors that no man can shut. Yes. And so because of her straight A's in high school, she had a lot of doors of opportunity open to her scholarship-wise for college. Yep. But she did it with excellence. We were like, you didn't just go to college. You went to college. Yeah. Like she was volunteering. She's doing her internship and still maintaining straight A's all the way. She was Dean's List every year. And so for us not to be able to celebrate her the way she wanted to, right? Because you look forward to that graduation, crossing that stage, and here comes COVID. Yeah. But we did celebrate her in a different way, and it was a blessing, and she was blessed in a lot of different ways. But education is very important for me. I feel like you can do whatever else, but you always have to have a plan A and B. So, and Dream and JL are following. They're straight A students as well. We're very thankful.
It's crazy, right? So I just had that conversation with my children. About how the grades will open doors for you.
Yes.
You just talked about it.
Right.
I'm going to take that excerpt. We're going to share that. But that's real, right? Yes. Shout out to Olivia, my oldest. She just hit that all A's, that honor roll.
Love it.
Bringing that thing up. You feel me? Sometimes you got to give them a little shock value. You feel me? To bring the grades up. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what we about, man. I love it. And so what did mom or parents, what did they embed in you coming up in LA, California?
So we did have a rough childhood growing up. But one thing I know about my mom is that she always had a job. Always dressed to the nines, regardless of what chaos was going on at home. So we grew up in the what happens at home stays at home. Okay. But mom did her best to wear it with pride, and so I've always had a job. I've always, had a side hustle of some sort, whether it was Lady Love, earrings or something I had to have going. Yeah. But I think a lot of stuff that I picked up was things I didn't want to do, right? You learn from your experiences, whether it's for the good or for the bad. Yes. And there was a lot of things that I didn't want for our daughters. Okay. The open communication, allowing kids to have their feelings. They're humans just like us. So if they're in a bad mood, allow them that bad mood. Don't just say, well, you're my kid. You're not allowed to feel like that. No, like they're little people, just letting them have a voice. And sometimes we don't like what our children have to say. And as long as it's not disrespectful, they should be able to come to us with anything. So LJ tells them all the guy stuff, and I'm open about a lot of the female stuff. And the three of them are so close as siblings, and I love that. You know, they have each other's back in everything, and I just pray to God that they grow up being that way, because at the end of the day, that's all you got.
You ever got to be like, back in my day, see, when I was being raised, you ever have to go there?
Oh yeah, you know, because our kids, except for Star, you know, because she's been, you know, through things, all they know is what they have now. So it's really hard when all your kids know is a certain lifestyle, and not realizing what you came from. So as a mom, I do overcompensate in certain things because of the lack of as a kid. And I'm like, am I enabling them doing that? Do I need to step back? You know, I battle with that sometimes, even till now.
Yeah. Man, I've seen people try to rewrite history a little bit, you know, or block out stuff and act like it ain't exist. You know, I don't like that. I'm not with all that. Keeping it 1,000 and making sure that history is always shown.
It's so important.
Because a lot of things have changed.
Yeah.
And we doing better. I mean, don't get me wrong, they still killing us in droves, but we here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we got our children and we protecting them. So I'm just looking at it like, man, we gotta create our history now.
For sure.
In our present.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can't block this out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We in Black History Month. You feel me? Y'all got anybody off the top of your head that just come to your mind that you just be rocking with?
It's crazy. What I love and what I've been seeing a lot of on Facebook is the Black women have been shared. That's from Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Trina from Grits. That was dope. I seen that post. You know what I'm saying?
She's the first African American female firefighter and investigator.
Yeah, I seen that. I was like,
It's
man,
beautiful.
that was dope. So
Absolutely.
I love the Vegas history.
Yes.
So that's what's sticking to me. You know what I'm saying? So keep that going all month.
Yeah, I
you know
love
what I'm saying?
that.
Bring
Yeah.
it to March if you want to.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Keep it rocking all year long. So,
All year long.
yeah.
What
I love
about you?
it.
Same. Actually, the lady that's next door to her, is it Expertise?
That's her sister.
Oh, that's her sister.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that.
Nah.
But she was
Miss
the
Gwen?
first Black woman that
Oh, is that
had
right?
that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, you know that.
That had the school and whatnot. And I
Yep.
was just like, goodness.
Expertise.
I think it's important for young women in Las Vegas to see that.
Yeah.
That it's not just the people outside of Vegas.
Yeah.
You got these amazing women in your
Today.
own.
We got some champions right here.
Yes,
Today.
right in your next door.
Yeah.
You know, so I love that as well.
Our grandfather, Peter Sampson, he was the first African American blackjack 21 dealer in Vegas. So in the 68, you know, when they killed Dr. King and things, they had to kind of open doors. You know, y'all done killed the man that was trying to make it happen. So he got here and worked at the Thunderbird and made history with that as
Yeah,
the
that's
first blackjack 21 dealer, African American. You feel me? So I speak on that because it's in our blood too. It's in our
Yeah.
family. You feel me?
Man, dig that.
So what's your thoughts on Black excellence?
I just love how Black men are treating each other now, man. Especially from how we came up. Like I'm seeing, like shout out to Mr. Stretch. You know what I'm
Mr.
saying?
Stretch, yes.
Just catching them, how he moving in the city. You know what I'm saying? On the west side and handling business. I ain't really see that like that. I've seen a few people try to do that, but it was separate when we was coming up. You know what I'm saying? From different sections like that. Didn't rock with this section over here. You know what I'm saying? Going under the bridge on 15 was out of bounds. You did. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the west. And just to be able to see everybody on one accord in Vegas. So I love it, man. I love it. And salute, especially with these Vegas artists. You know what I mean? I'm starting to learn more and more. But I'm hearing them now. I'm like, dang, Vegas looking
Lot of
good,
talent,
man. You know
lot
what I mean?
of
So
talent out
Yeah.
that's Black excellence, man. Vegas Black excellence. I love it.
Look alive, man. Vegas is here. We ain't going
That's
nowhere.
it.
We've been here. And I like that. Vegas Black excellence.
Yeah,
and,
man.
And Vegas Black history.
We got to take care of the home team
yeah,
first.
that's
dig?
where you at right now. I see you.
I'm home team, man.
in that vibe.
It's Vegas. You did.
That's what, you know, Hot Seat with IC Jonez is for, man, for everybody in the city, you know what I mean, to come through. Like, y'all are entrepreneurs, producers. You do the balloons. What is it called? Decor and?
It's Victoria's _decor_ and more on Instagram.
Victoria's Decor and more.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're going to get your tags and everything.
Yeah.
So that's dope to me. You know what I mean? And that's power to me. And then y'all raised a graduate. She had to put in the work.
Yes, she did. And
But-
she did it with excellence.
You feel me?
She's amazing.
Had to have a good home
Thank
to
you.
do that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And salute to the people who come from a crazy home and still excel.
I give it to them.
Me?
I mean, you know, our I call him my son-in-law because I'm speaking that into existence. That's going to be my son-in-law.
Yeah.
But he's worked and went to school and still maintained great grades. And he has 2 more years of college. But just having your girl have done it, you know, and support you. They're like our mini-me's. That's what everybody calls it. But they're excellent, you know, and they are leading the way for their younger sisters.
Absolutely.
You know, whether they'll go in the same direction or not, at least they have good role models, you know.
Right.
And I love that.
Man, is there anything you want to tell the people? Because anything you got to tell the folks out there listening? I see you got some papers and stuff. I don't know if you wanted to talk about.
No, I just want to just tell people, just keep checking in. If you follow the movement, my next project gonna be special. I want y'all to keep staying tuned.
Yes.
I'll release a title soon.
Okay.
But just keep checking for it. We working behind the scenes, getting everything, we getting all our ducks in a row, and we coming for 2021.
Yes.
2020 put a little pause on us. You dig? So now we trying to move around it and just do the best we can. And but we coming, and I'm excited. I'm excited, man.
What would you tell Cable today? You're LJ today. What would you tell Cable? And the mini Cables running around there. What would you tell them right now?
I would just say it's more life. It's more life, man, to live. You know what I mean? Just because of what my mentor was, I just thought 22 was the age. Because when we was 15, we was 21. When we was 16, we was 21. You know what I'm saying? We was 21 for a long time before we got to 21.
We was in the clubs.
So it was a different movement. You know what I mean?
It was.
When we got to 21, it wasn't nothing special. You know what I mean? So
it wasn't. Not in Vegas.
not in Vegas. You know what I mean? No. So we just moved like that. But I would just say that this is more. Just think more outside the box. Yeah. Because once I got to moving around the city and get to knowing some people that I didn't really know because of where the side is on or wherever, how that worked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I met some cool people. You know what I'm saying? That'll rock with me.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to be here today. 38 years old. You did.
Right. And we know it's okay for Bloods and Crips to hang out, man. We know it's okay. That's a different story. You know what I mean? Like, once you get older, bro, you see like Big U and Whack 100, they can talk. You know what I'm saying? They from 2 totally different turfs. You feel me? That to me shows that growth in there, right? What do you say to the 19-year-old girl that's, you know, struggling and pregnant right now and like, what I'm about to do? What do you say to the old Victoria?
Oh, goodness. I've had this talk actually with some friends of our daughters that have kids at this age. Whatever your dreams are, don't wait until 40 plus. Do it now. You know, you're going to have some bumps on the road, but do it now, and you will raise great human beings. Just keep God first. I got to say that because that's the only thing that brought me to this point. I look at my younger sister who bought a house at 25. Considering our circumstances, you would never, but she did that on her own. Yes. Our older sister has a nonprofit in California, helping young women that grew up just as us, you know, and I salute them for that because we came from the concrete. If you knew my story, people always say, gosh, the people that know me, you still keep a smile on your face, you know, but that was nothing but God guiding me through. And I say what you lose in your younger years, he will give you 10 times fold if you just have faith. And I never thought I'd be where I'm at right now, ever, you know, and just my thing for young women is just go after your dreams. It's never too soon. It's never too late. You're never going to have all the answers. Just go for it.
One day we'll get that full story to the public.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to ask too many questions in your personal life. But I did want to touch on all the great things and some of the things y'all have struggled to go through. But yeah, Vicky's life wasn't easy growing up in LA. From what I know, you feel me? But you made it.
Thank you.
You feel me? When did your relationship, LJ, when did God come into your life and you accepted him? Like, when did you say, I got a relationship and I got to keep it, even though this may happen? Or did it ever just get cut off and you had to get it back? Like, what is your relationship?
No, it was more of a, I say like a spiritual thing.
Okay.
Because I thank God every day. Especially back then, the way I was moving, he made me go left when things wasn't right, and he pulled me out of a lot. He pulled me out of a lot of situations I could have went left, and just ended into my life. You know what I mean? And like I said, man, it was just a fast time, man. Back then, it was a fast time when I think about it, and what he pulled me out of. You know what I mean? From me and my cousin coming late night from the club. You know what I'm saying? Faded, and me looking at him, he sleep. Looking at my other partner in the back seat, he sleep, and then I just doze off. You did, and I'm still driving. You know what I mean? And next thing I know, I'm in a whole nother lane. You know what I'm saying? Going against cars, and I wake up. You know what I mean? And I back off. You know what I mean? And it's just different situations I was going through, man.
That could have been it.
That could have been it. I could have messed somebody else's life up, my life, their life. You know what I mean? And it was just like I said, it was just a fast time, and I know he was in the car with me. Yeah, you know what I mean. So
he woke you up.
He woke me up. So I mean,
Facts.
I got to give it all to him with that. You know what I'm saying? He put me out of many situations. So
were you ever angry at God at one point in time, where you had to get back in His grace, or you always kept it? Because I know you said it got stronger as you got older, but was it a point where you was like, I ain't even dealing with you because of the way you do me, or what? Like,
I never. I know that I asked him to not give me any more because I couldn't. There were so many things that had happened in my life right before LJ that I was just like, I can't take any more, God. I did go to a church in California, and I'll never forget this. They did a remodel, and they were telling people to put their prayers on the wall before they sealed the wall. But it was only the people that tithed over X amount of money. And that turned me off to that church, not to God. But I felt like everybody should be welcome. Not knowing I barely had 2 pennies to rub together. I'm living paycheck to paycheck at the time. So I was tithing whatever I possibly could. But I never was upset with God.
Okay. Yeah. I feel you on that.
No.
You may be upset with his people, but not him.
Not him. Yeah, pulled me through too much.
Okay.
You know. Yeah. So.
And what is the stronger for you? Is it because I'm older? Is it because I'm wiser? When you say stronger, what did that mean for you?
When I look back on what he brought me through, oh my goodness. It was nothing but him. Esher being one of the things. I mean, he could have taken me from my children and my husband, you know. But just the many situations that I have been in, it could have.
But God situations.
But God situations, really.
Yeah.
But the joy I feel right now, the peace I feel right now, and when you learn that you have control over your peace, oh my goodness, had I not known this at a younger age, you know?
Yeah.
But that comes with time and experience, like you said.
Yeah.
You have any, like you said, your sister in LA with the nonprofit. You just talked to some of your homegirls' daughters about this, right? The women, right? Ever think about mentoring young women? I
would love to. I've been talking to LJ about that for so long. If I had if there's any windows of opportunity out there that I can speak to young women, I would love to. Yeah. I've been asked that at my job, like, because I'm working for, you know, where I work at. They asked me, like, you need to be mentoring young women. I just don't know where to go. Okay. But absolutely.
Got you. So where do they follow you at, LJ?
LJ Love Jones is ELJAE. LOVEJONES.
Everywhere.
Instagram, Facebook, just those two.
No, YouTube.
Well, YouTube too. But yeah,
subscribe to the YouTube.
But yeah, definitely Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah. I want them to see those films, and I want them to subscribe to your YouTube. So again, same thing. LJ Love Jones, right? Yes, subscribe. VJ, where they follow you at?
So I have V_JAE. And for the balloon work, you can follow me at Victorias, VICTORIAS _DECOR _ I had to do it this way, you guys, sorry. And more. So Victoria's Decor and more.
Okay, got it. So with that, man, follow them, look up the work, see what they got popping. Her balloon stuff is nothing to play with.
Man,
it's
at all.
Really, it's really
got so much to learn, but I'm thankful. I'm thankful.
Yeah, we
and
all
thank
do.
you for this opportunity, and congratulations to you and everything you're doing.
Oh, it's love.
I appreciate you having us, man.
It's all love, man. That's what I do it for. I do it for y'all.
Yes,
you feel me? So yeah, man, we got the power couple in the building. It was family time today. You feel me?
Appreciate it.
I'm very excited. Again, this is a house that Helen built, man. Our grandmother, Helen Jones, man, may she rest in love.
Helen Jones.
Yes.
And you know, that's where I got the Jones from for my last name. I kept the stage name popping like that for her, man. So, and us. But yeah, man, I wanted to get over there to Deacon T for his hot topics.
All right.
You feel me?
All right.
Well, we got about 13 minutes left on our 2 hours.
problem.
Let's get it,
You
man.
ain't got to be long to be hot.
Let's go.
I love it when a plan come together. So I had these thoughts for today, and then when these lovely people came in here, it made the whole thing just gel. It really did. And when I read these 2 super short little scriptures and give my little 2 cents on what they are, I think y'all gonna feel that.
Okay.
You have an amazing spirit, both of you.
Thank
That's a couple spirit I'm talking about. And it's a cool, powerful thing to see young people who are clearly in it forever.
Thank you.
Clearly. My wife and I started out, and we had this deal, and that is leaving ain't an option. Okay? So when I be about my stupid self, you know, leaving
in the other
ain't an
room.
option. Right.
Go in the living room.
Exactly. Go and get out of your own feelings. So these 2 little scriptures for today. The first one is from 1 Thessalonians 5:18, and it says, "In everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you."
Yo, yes.
And the second one is from Romans 5:3 and 4, and it says, "And not only, but we glory in tribulations also,
Yes.
knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope."
Facts.
Yes.
And when I heard y'all talking, I was like, man, God done gave me the right scriptures today.
Hey.
Because here's the word. This thing we do, this life, to raise the kids, to be successful, to try to give something back, to try to be about your business, to try to not be a complete knucklehead.
Yeah.
It ain't a joke. It ain't easy. It ain't simple. Stuff come your way. So here's the question. Do you really think that God doesn't know stuff coming your way?
Right.
Do you really think God didn't allow that stuff to come your way? We need, as a people, to understand that within these tribulations, within these problems, within these issues, there's a blessing in there. Our job is to figure out what that is. And what does it say? In everything give thanks. That ain't when you only hit the lotto. That's when you tap out. That's when COVID hit and you ain't got a job.
Yeah.
You ain't got money. All of a sudden, you gain 7 pounds and don't know why. All that stuff. You got a diagnosis you didn't want to hear about. You had some medical device implanted in you that went the other way. You're supposed to be giving thanks. I'm just reading it. I didn't write it. In everything.
Yes.
Okay? Sounds pretty straightforward. Well, why would I want to give thanks when stuff don't go my way? Or it doesn't even go my way, but it goes a bad way. I got diagnosed with, skin cancer, whatever it was, right? Yeah. Well, that ain't cool. Well, because God's got a plan for you. Yes. See, God's got this figured out. Newsflash, God's smarter than you. He even smarter than me, and I think I'm like really bright. Right? God's smarter than all of us. So he gives you these things for a reason. Yeah. Not just so you can suffer. He gives you these things so you can figure things out. So you can find out where your character really at. Find out where your bottom is. You know what's funny? When you think you're at your bottom, you ain't at your bottom. You know how I know that? Watch this. Oh, I'm still breathing? Right. I ain't at the bottom. Right. Check me out. Okay. I done got ass beat, shot, stabbed, went to jail, did all this stuff.
And still breathing.
You didn't get me.
Still
okay? There's a reason God put you in these situations. Maybe put you in that situation so other people could see you and say, hey, you know what? They didn't fold their tent and run. What did Job's wife say? Why don't you just curse God and die? Okay? With all due respect, that heifer need to be shot. Okay? That ain't no wife you want to have as your wife. That was a time when she should have said, what you need, baby, let's pray. Yeah. Okay? I feel all that spirit on y'all. Yeah. Okay? I got that spirit. I know he does too with his wife, right? So having said that, these scriptures to me and today came together. So for everybody listening who's struggling, this COVID thing ain't no joke. Right. Not having a job ain't no joke. Getting only work 2 days a week. I heard about all these people this morning who are working at these big casinos, have been there 30 years, and they're working now Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah. Because that's all they is. Right. My son over there at one of these places, And the other night, because the rooms don't have money in them, they had 22 people in the whole casino.
Goodness.
22 people.
Wow.
So ain't nobody making no money. And we all struggling. People afraid of getting sick. People afraid of giving somebody, I'm dying for somebody to give me a real hug. Other than my family member.
Right.
Like, I ain't talking about that phony church hug, pat you on the back, and looking to the side, don't breathe on me hug. No, I'm talking about like a real hug, like, dude, I care about you. But everybody's afraid.
Yes.
And you know what? I'm here to tell you today, we need to walk in power. If you believe that God is your God, the God I'm talking about, the God that made all this happen, the God that allowed COVID to happen, the God that allowed you to lose your job, the God that allowed you to sit at home, my wife and I spent more time together last year than we did 30 years.
30.
Stop me. and there's a reason for that. This didn't happen for no reason because God was just playing.
No.
So what are we doing here? I'm here to tell you it ain't over. Right. It's way from not over. In fact, I really believe this. I'm going to prophesy this for you too and for you. Your best days are right ahead of you. And I believe that. All this was a little COVID check bump. That's to say, you paying attention? Are you listening to me? Do you hear what I have to say to you? Do you hear that I said, we glory in tribulations, knowing that it brings us patience experience, and out of that experience, we get hope.
Yes.
What's the hope about? The hope is that tomorrow's going to be better than today.
Right.
That there's weariness for the long haul. You know, that the road is not to the swift, but to them that endure unto the end.
Yeah.
And so what this is all about is this is a little bump in the little road. Yeah. So y'all 30-something, I'm 60-something. It's a half a bump to me compared to you, right? Yeah. It's a lot less, but I'm like, hey, whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
You can take my job, you can take me down, you can whoop me and beat me, but you can't take my faith.
That's right.
You ain't gonna take that. You ain't gonna take the love I have for these people in my life, my children, my wife, my family.
Yes.
You can't take that from me. You could strip me down to nothing.
Yeah.
But you can't take what I hold in my heart. That's what these scriptures are about. And I'm telling everybody out there listening today, I'm telling y'all, I'm prophesying quick. And I really believe this. We ain't going to be talking about this in a year. I really believe that all kinds of stuff for your party business, explosion time. Because people been waiting to party, baby.
Thank you.
People been waiting to party. For your business, people want, you know what? People want to see real stuff, real movies, stuff that talk about something real in life. Not this candy-coated, sugar plum, drop. It ain't doing nothing, ain't real. Like, oh, that's a cool movie. That shit ain't, I don't know nothing about that. Right?
Nailed it, yeah.
Yes.
If I see for you, brother, I know how you work, see, because I see it all the time.
Yeah.
I see something happening. I don't know what that is. Something happening. All the work you've been putting in, the tribulations you've been suffering, these things that people just trying to play with you, they all just test. You have endured. The reward is coming. I'm telling that to everybody out there. I'm saying it to everybody in this room. I love y'all every Sunday morning at 10 o'clock.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. on
Right
Facebook. Deacon Tom Moore, I'll be live, or you can catch me on roomserviceradio.com. I'm going to give you some real word. You may be mad at the end. You may not like me. And they say, man, for a guy that's a preacher, that dude, he said bullshit. Well, bullshit.
I'm a real one.
Yeah, that's why we call it Modern Word.
I love
We're trying to keep it real, man.
Yes, love it.
Amen.
Amen.
It's no jokes over here, man. When it comes to that stuff, man, this is our real life. It's what we do, man. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. You know what it is, man. Hot Seat with IC Jonez every Friday right here, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m.
Hey.
I had my special guest. It was two of them today, so I made sure that Tom was here, man. It was a joy to have my family in the building, man. So absolutely, I need y'all to make sure y'all go follow them once again. That's Victoria's Decor and More with those underscores in between. Victoria's Decor and More. All right, and then we need LJ Love Jones.
LJ Love Jones.
I need y'all to follow that, and of course, you know me, Hot Seat with IC Jonez everywhere. That's for my, my interviews, and then of course my music everywhere. IC Jonez. All right, it's real easy, real simple. Do not forget to check in with Room Service Radio, see what other shows is popping, see who y'all might like, who you might tap in and tune in with. It ain't just about me and Deacon T, it's about the whole team, because ain't no I in team. Is a me, but it ain't an I. All right, so holla at me, man. You know what it is, bro. We here. It's something new, man. Welcome to 2020, and all y'all lovers out there, make sure February 14th you take care. All right, we out. Peace.
Love you.
Hey, man, that was tight.
I want to give my shout out to Maximum Security and Investigations, also known as MSI. It's a black-owned Las Vegas homegrown security guard service company with competitive pricing. MSI provides all type of security services, unarmed and armed guards, executive protection, aka bodyguard service, armed courtesy patrols. These services include 24-hour live dispatcher and daily activity reports. The owners will provide and deliver exceptional services with their combined 30 years in experience. The motto is maximizing Nevada's strength. You can contact them by email at dispatch.maximum@icloud.com. Also, the phone number is 702-485-2003. That's 702-485-2003. The website is msi.vegas. And of course, the address, 2755 East Desert Inn Road, right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. That is Maximum Security Investigations, also known as MSI Security. You heard?